YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Spice Glory, and I'm back up in here for another reaction. This time I will be reacting to a video from a a channel called Channel Five. Um, Channel Five is I guess it's like a documentary journalism channel that focuses on rap music and culture and things of that nature. With this guy named Andrew Callahan. And today I'm gonna be reacting to O Block. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be about the infamous neighborhood and housing projects in this area of Chicago that is made famous in drill rap music, to be specific, Chicago drill rap music. And let's just see what it's about.
I just tweak on it. I say, it's me, JC and Buck. Play with us, you put his body in the truck, then we take him to the dump. And they know we play for keeps, and they know that we ain't sweep. Grab a broom, we finna sweep. O-Block finna clean the streets. Boy, you better grab a heat or get put up on a T. Put your name by RIP or your name get turned to weed. In the racket, ain't no pad. Any state, we on your...
No matter what, nickel flat.
Fuck the...
Do the dash. Photo, but it's fast.
We ain't goofy, do that crash. We gon' spin and spin again. We gon' hit our last friends. We gon' show him we ain't playing. We gon' leave him where he stand. That's really, yeah, that's all I wanna be, successful.
Right, big goof ass, man. Check it out.
BDA, you not gonna give me no 50K.
Hey, no, since you're here, you gotta throw a O-Block.
How do I do that?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just say that, like, he probably means well doing this documentary, but this is just going back to exploitation. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does how do how does how do people that aren't in this video feel about? And I'm gonna just just say, like, the elephant in the room. How do they feel about a white man coming with him and a cameraman and going through their hood and pretty much putting up a documentary and putting it up and making their YouTube channel look good and basically profiting off of, you know, their neighborhood that is made famous in, certain artists' music like Chief Keef, King Von, Lil Durk, all these people. How do they actually feel? We'll never get that side of the game. But so far, yeah, like I said, it just feels weird, bro. Then they got him putting up, signs and stuff like this white boy probably don't know nothing about that.
Throw up O-Block. Everybody throw up O-Block.
We're here in the Parkway Gardens housing development in Chicago, otherwise known as O-Block. 24 building complex on the city's south side. It's where Michelle Obama grew up, and it's also where drill music began around 10 years ago. This is Boss Top. He's been here for a super long time, so he's gonna take us back to the very beginning where it all started.
So right now you in the 44. You in one of the gutterest building in the block. This motherfucker be the last building to get cleaned up. Oh, it's a roach. See y'all in the project. Yeah, roach. That's a baby roach.
It's gonna get bigger.
That's gonna get bigger. Smoking the roaches and killing the rats. This bitch be dirty as hell. This building be dirty. I'm from this building. Bro, I used to be one of them motherfuckers that piss in the hallway and on the elevator too. I ain't gonna lie. My mom in the bathroom on BDN's one bathroom in here. I'm going to piss in the hallway. I still won't touch the buttons on the elevator. I'm straight knuckles.
Cause you think there might be pee on it?
Spit, pee, I used to do all type of shit to the elevator. I ain't taking no shit though in here. True that! True that! Come on.
Love you, my nigga.
Love you too, boy. I'm going to true that. And true that, man. Switch my nigga up in your hood, man. My nigga, true that. I ain't seen a nigga in years, bro.
Hey, everybody, what's up? How's it going with this industry and everything? That's what's cracking like, you feel?
GDK. Come on. GDK. Folks came out of the Folks, the youngest GDK member. He invented.
Bro, this is scary. And I know for a fact that this white man is just scared at all all the random people that are just coming out while they doing the interview. Um, and then the him saying this GDK thing and the baby not knowing or having no idea what that even mean. GDK stands for Gangster Disciple Killer, a rival gang to O Block. Yeah.
And that shit.
To you, like, what is drill music?
We started the word drill with our music. Like, let's do a drill. We started that shit.
Like, how would you explain drill music to someone who doesn't know?
Music that make you wanna kind of get outside and go just be outside. You feel that? Make sense?
I mean, if you have no idea what he meant by that just now, let's just keep it PG and just say it's music to get, you know what I'm saying, get violent to. That's just the rough version of what he's speaking on right now. It's just a rough version of what he's speaking on right now. So far it's, this is all right. This is all right.
You get on going? Yeah. So yeah, it turn you up. It give you adrenaline.
Drill music is something that, I mean, in the grander scheme of things, you could see it as, a hyper-violent offshoot of trap generally that, sort of like came out of a very specific area.
I describe drill music as it's violent, but mainly fiction. It's like realistic fiction music. So like, that's why I shot my video 4K Troll, shot it right here in this.
Did you hear what he said? Let me go back to that. Hold on. What did he say? Go back. What did this man just say? Hold up.
Generally that, sort of like came out of a very specific area.
I describe drill music as it's violent, but mainly fiction. It's like realistic fiction music. So like.
Realistic fiction. Because he don't want to incriminate himself. Realistic fiction. Yeah, alright. Realistic fiction. I get why he said that though.
That's why I shot my video 4K Troll, shot it right here in this park. Right here where you standing at, I shot it right here.
The lyrics are pretty intense in that song.
Grab my Glock, then I grab my mask and hop out, then I blast. But he ain't lax, he pulled out his strap and started shooting back. It sound like it's compact, so I got a double back, it's finna crack.
Yeah. But it's all entertainment, see what I'm saying? It's all for like the people. Like, cause like music nowadays is all about like controversial shit. Drama really makes money.
Back to that breaking news live from Chopper 2, a mass shooting, at least 6 people shot. This all happening at 65th and King Drive in Parkway Gardens.
So what was it like growing up in O Block?
We had to grow up. We had to really grow up and grow up fast. All that little boy shit went out the window. Everybody around this bitch got PTSD. Everybody around this bitch saying somebody die. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we had a brotherhood that can nobody come between. We not let nothing happen to none of us. Marlo couldn't even beat up OD. We gonna fuck Marlo ass up, boy. You better not put your hands on folks, boy. For them to pull a pipe out, hold on.
Okay, yeah, now he's starting to really dig deep he's really starting to dig deep somewhere where we can really like get a sense of what's really going on, you know what I'm saying? A lot of young black men who have to grow up and become a lot of young black boys who have to become young black men at an early age. I'm gonna be honest and tell you that PTSD stuff is real, bro. Like, even around here, man, like, the area where I live, bro, hearing gunshots is like, it's like drinking water. It's like drinking water or driving a car or riding a bike. It's like, it's just something that you're gonna hear whether you want to hear it or not. You know, if you live in an area where that's a common sound, it's a common sound in your brain and in your head that you identify and you just know whenever you hear it. And that's the same thing that, this is the same predicament that they're in. It's like they can never truly people who have like the hood PTSD will never truly be in a space of peace. You know, it feels like it sometimes that you'll never be in like a true space of peace because you always gonna be worried. You always gonna be looking around you and just the entire scoping out places wherever you go, and you can never truly like just be one and just be in peace. This is definitely a narrative that isn't really talked about enough in hip hop media about just PTSD in general in you know in the urban areas or the hood or ghetto areas, and what they have to deal with and dealing with losses and dealing with you know one parent households. Mama gotta go to work, so I gotta basically take care of myself type shit.
And it's the same way. Like, we got each other, boy. On Old Grade, we ain't got no daddies on BDN.
What can you tell us about the year 2011?
2011. I experienced like my first friend get killed. My best friend OD, he died in 2011.
In 2011, a Parkway Gardens resident named O.D. Perry, which O-Block's now named after, was murdered, gunned down just outside the gates of Parkway Gardens. What was one of your favorite memories of you and O.D.?
Man, I got a lot of them bitches on. Oh. He had this crazy ass dog named 50, bro.
Man, bro's face just lit up when he get to start talking about his deceased homie, bro. It's crazy. That's another thing that they all gotta deal with is the loss of just loved ones, the loss of homies that you grew up with, that you came up with. They don't get to share success with you and see what you've become because they're you know what I'm saying? Like,
man, I got a lot of them bitches on. Oh. He had this crazy ass dog named 50, bro. On J Money, bro. I was scared of that motherfucker, bro. Like play with the dog. On Key Down, my boy, I ain't playing with that motherfucking dog, bro. Y'all tripping. Motherfucker run up on me. Boy, bird. It's your bitch ass on. Oh. Right now to this day, I still don't play with people's dogs. I don't give a fuck if that bitch is a chihuahua. Bro, get your dog before that bitch die. On game.
OD's murder was allegedly in retaliation for the murder of Shondale Tuka Gregory, a rival gang member who lived just a few blocks away on 63rd.
So this is why they just continually diss this Tuka guy, because they thought that his people allegedly retaliated for his passing and took their homeboy. That's crazy.
In my life, cause I had my first child and everything. I'm really like traumatized. Like, I ain't know if was I supposed to crash out or fall back. And my mom used to be talking to me like, man, you got a daughter. Don't be like these niggas. Don't die.
How many friends do you think you've lost since then?
Over 10 dead homies, gang. Like 2 motherfuckers a year. I swear to God. Owen Platoon and motherfucking 11. Sherrod and Whitey and 12. You got LAN, J Money and motherfucker died in 13. My crowd gone. I gotta hang with up on them. I ain't gonna stunt. When it seemed like when folks died, folks' career took off. When Old passed away, folks took that shit to another level. Chief Keef and Dirt and them came out. They lit this bitch up, you feel me? So it's like.
Shortly after OD's murder, a close friend of his decided to make his first song, which would serve as an O-Block anthem, to celebrate the life of OD and diss Shondale Tuka Gregory.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Just cutting out the disses towards this Tuka guy. I'm gonna be fair and say Chief Keef, man. Man's a legend, bro. He's a legend. You know, not to dick ride or anything like that. Cause I used to hate this man's music, like on the real for real. I used to just hate his music so much. When he first came out, I hated his music. I thought he had like a disability or something, cause his music just sounded so, you know what I'm saying? And then, maybe like a year after he was like in the rap game, I just started checking out his music, and I was like, wow, he reminds me of Waka. I listened to Waka, and I just started listening to his music. He had a lot of hype stuff, and I'm like, I like hype rap music. Hype rap music, high energy rap music, stuff you can go to the gym and listen to. Like, bro, even though like a lot of it is engulfed in like a sort of like violence, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of it is just really hype. Like, I don't even know where this man gains inspiration to make all these hype rap songs, but it be hidden, I ain't gonna lie. Even though it's like negative, even though it's like attached to like a negative connotation with it.
This friend was named Keith Cozart, aka Chief Keef.
Hit a nigga up on Gil fuck, I do drugs till I'm dead.
Old block, Rick City, bitch.
Middle fingers to Shondale.
I get out. On my son, I get out. October 4th, 2011. This bitch get the going up. The block busting, I just got out. I get out, I see Platoon and White. Folks got cocky as hell. I'm looking, I'm like, how the fuck y'all let OD get killed? Platoon put his head down. He like, man, go take your daughter upstairs. I'm finna holler at you. I take my daughter up. I remember Inky D them came up there. Deep as hell, everybody coming ate. Happy as hell. Fat Mac and Stu get the showing out. They get the fighting. Hey, Fat Mac. You remember I got out of jail? You want Stu start fighting that day? Him and Stu get the fight. Hey, folks, I'm like, man, y'all showing out because folks just got out. Dirk and Reese come see me. I'm alright. I'm like, I'm feeling love like a motherfucker. I'm damn. Folks them come rap with me. I'm like, fuck Odak. How the fuck Odak? You know they rapping with me. Boom, 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 boom. We talking all us and that bitch crying now. I'm like, damn. I just got out. We all crying right now. I'm like, the fuck? Fuck that. We ain't crying. We out here. We get outside.
In the next 2 years, Chief Keef would go from a young O-Block rapper to one of the most commercially successful rappers in the world, with hits like I Don't Like and Hate Being Sober.
Made it more like global.
And before you knew it, white America was doing the hokey pokey to murder music, and unknowingly singing along to the anthems of an actual gang war playing out in real time. For a year, the conflicts of O-Block were a mystery to the general public. That was until
There, he highlighted another thing that's a problem in the rap music culture. The suburbanite suburbanite white men and women that listen to hip hop music, especially gang related and violence related hip hop music, and don't have no idea that they're listening to straight killing, and they listening to rappers talk about dissing other people and other gangs and other ops. They have no idea that you know what I'm saying, or they do know and they just don't give a fuck. That's a narrative that doesn't really get talked about enough in the hip hop media, just in general. But yeah, man.
till one man came around and exposed the inner workings of Chicago's gang war to the world.
So 2010, 2011, I'm in college and I'm doing commentary about hip hop. I had some hot takes about Kanye and Drake and stuff like that at the moment. So I was kind of gaining an audience. And I remember when the drill scene popped off, and I remember doing a video on Keef, and I was like, I love the music. So I'm reading the comments and everyone was like, yo, you're not telling the full story. Okay, because I'm going in there and I'm doing a quick video and I'm like, yo, all his ops is dead. You know what I mean? He's dissing them. It's over. You know what I mean? Like, these guys, we don't even need to know their names. And everyone was like, well, no, they're not dead. And actually, the guys who he's dissing just killed his guys. They were talking about people like Lil J.
Screaming fuck OD.
They were talking about like the FBG gang.
Nigga fuck T-Roy and OD them dead bitch.
I'm like, yo, nobody knows these people, like, respectively, because they don't have a hit song. Chief Keef is going crazy with hit songs. So I made this page called The War in Chiraq, and I started covering basically just constant feuds that were happening.
It's your boy DJ Akademiks, and now information has come to my attention. Now y'all know I call Lil Reese the Chiraq Grim Reaper.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right here and just say that back in the day when I had became a fan of DJ Akademiks content, or a fanatic of his content, I think around like maybe 2000 and 14 or 15, maybe even 13, is like around the time I started like listening to this man's, or like watching this man's YouTube videos. No, I would probably say it was probably around the time when he was covering the Drake and Meek Mill beef. That's when I really started like tuning into him, because he had like intel on it. I had watched like maybe 2 videos from The War in Chiraq back then, and I just realized that like I didn't like it because I didn't know who the hell the people were that he was talking about, and it was just too much. It was just too much to digest, and I barely even want to listen to Chicago drill music like that so much. So I mean, maybe just Chief Keef, and that's about it. Later on, I would start listening to Dirk at some point, but for the most part, I wasn't really listening to the Chicago drill music like that. So why would I ever go watch The War in Chiraq and listen to somebody talk about rappers who are affiliated with such gangs, or rappers who passed away, and rappers with certain nicknames because of what they do out in the streets? Why would I ever like that? But apparently there were people who were entertained by him doing that, and that's what made him keep on going with that channel. Whether he knew these people he was talking about, or whether DJ Akademiks was actually a street dude, was to be in question at that time. All I knew is that it was a guy making gift videos with his voice, and he was just talking about certain things. And sometimes there were things that were actually like, he would actually make sense on. I'm gonna be honest with you. Even early off in his career. But yeah, I never really subscribed or really watched The War in Chiraq. But I can understand and see why it would be so like controversial, and so that's somebody's cousin you talking about, that's somebody's brother you talking about, somebody's uncle, that person that passed away is a father, whatever would have you. So I could see why people was on his head top so much about that.
Well, pretty much because every time you look through his mentions, you see a bunch of dead niggas. CBS Chicago is reporting that a 15-year-old boy, aka Little Nick from 600, was shot multiple times, and then he was brought to a hospital where he was pronounced dead by the Cook County medical examiner. At least he died doing what he loved best. Someone actually told me that these guys actually keep score on killing and coonery within Chiraq. The most valuable coon is probably a legit award. The War in Chiraq never stops. The coonery never fucking ends. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share.
His War in Chiraq series went viral, and the fans were now aware of the ongoing Chicago gang war, particularly as it pertained to the rappers involved.
How many people do you think have died in the War in Chiraq?
Thousands.
This past weekend, at least 52 people were shot, 8 of them killed.
In the following years, between 2011 and 2020, 5,518 people were murdered in Chicago, to the amusement of self-proclaimed Chiracologists, who created a Reddit page, which now has over 175,000 members.
But I'd never seen a place where life...
But you see, like, even more than that, like, it might directly not even be full on his fault for all the things that was happening in drill music, right? Let's just say that. It might not directly be DJ Academic's fault, but he was contributing, to a culture of lifeless, zombie type violence that was happening every day and is still happening to this day. And I feel like some of it he has a part in that. He has a part in creating a culture of, I'll probably say a culture of people who vlog and think they're journalists. Like me right now, I'll tell you up and down, straight up and down, I am not no street dude. I've never been in the streets, and I'll never claim to be in the streets. And I won't go so far as to talk about anything that is not my business and I've never been a part of. But, you know, as informative as DJ Academics is, he opened the door for people who have no idea what's going down in the streets, or people who don't have no boots to the ground to even know. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to him at all, but I feel like he made a way for that for people, for some people, not all, but some.
Was valued less than Chicago. To this day, I've never been to Chicago because of that.
I feel like things bad everywhere. Things just bad in Chicago because like this shit came like a movie to people. Like when it first got famous, people started like, it was like we was characters. Like damn, like you got me look like an assassin.
Drilling itself is an energy that once people latch onto that shit and you become invested in the story, it's like a soundtrack to a movie, and it sounds bad to say, but it's a soundtrack to a movie that you're watching live. You know, I'm looking at this not like on some voyeuristic like, yo, oh shit, this is like entertaining. I'm like horrified. What I try to do is satire, hoping that people could look at that and be like, that looks ridiculous. These dudes, like, they're disgusting, right? People took it and they ran with it.
Everything I thought that people would be like, yo, this is some sick shit, they loved.
We have a bloodthirsty audience, especially in music. The more people die, when someone gets locked up, their streams are through the roof. Music sales, going through the roof. Trust me. I was a driving force in getting some of these guys.
I ain't gonna lie, he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. When rappers are way more respected when they pass away. Way more respected when they pass away. Way more respected when they go to jail. They get way more views and clout when there's controversy. They get more views, they get more streams, album sales go up, music video views go up. A lot of things go up for artists when things like the artist passes away, the artist goes to jail, the artist is in the tabloids for you know, domestic disputes, things of that nature. Numbers do go up. That's a fact.
Other than Keith, eyes and attention and ears to some of their stuff.
Did you feel responsible for like inflaming gang tension on the streets by covering things?
Hell no. But let me tell you, this accountability is hard to take, man. They say, yo, well, you gave people nicknames. And when you gave someone a nickname of Grim Reaper, some other guy is going to start killing more to try to get that nickname. And I'm like, I don't believe I caused any murder. But if my videos, because they were popular, instigated any two parties, I'll take blame for that. But motherfucker, if you picked up the gun, I'm not taking blame for what you did, right? When I started covering war in Chirac, niggas was dying every day already. I was on Twitter watching people bleed out, and I was like, I can't believe this is, like, people getting shot like dogs, bleeding down, everybody filming it. And then you go on social media, like, dying every day. The gun. Any of my videos, because they were popular, instigated any two parties, I'll take blame for that. Instant murder to start killing more. Grim Reaper hate that.
It's by covering things?
Hell no. But let me tell you this, accountability is hard to take, man.
So I believe he's throwing some blame on some platforms. It's Trap Plug, it's No Jumper, and I don't know the name of this page, but I've actually reacted to videos on this page, and they all have to do with rap beefs and rappers who have, like, you know, whatever causes rappers to pass away, and things that have to do with like almost detective type stuff in a way.
They say, yo, well, you gave people nicknames. And when you gave someone a nickname of Grim Reaper, some other guy is going to start killing more to try to get that nickname. And I'm like, I don't believe I caused any murder, but if my videos, because they were popular, instigated any two parties, I'll take blame for that. But motherfucker, if you picked up the gun, I'm not taking blame for what you did, right? When I started covering war in Chirac, niggas was dying every day already. I was on Twitter watching people bleed out, and I was like, I can't believe this is, like, people getting shot like dogs, bleeding down, everybody filming it. And then you go on social media and everybody saying, I'm smoking on the pack. So you gotta take blame for you doing that. The parents gotta take blame for not being in the kid's life. The cops gotta take blame for them basically just like throwing their hands up in the air and saying, let everybody kill each other. Like, these motherfuckers that, like, everybody wants an easy scapegoat.
Listen, stop acting like a bitch ass nigga and just fight, bro. Leave the pipes alone, fight. Oh, it's so fucked up now. It's like a 12-year-old just said, I'll pop you. So another 12-year-old. You like, bro, just fight him.
Why do you think that happens?
Because yeah, motherfucker think it's about being a shooter or a killer. Music played a part. But music won 100% why everybody doing this. It's your fucking mama and your fucking daddy. You get what I'm saying? It's your mama and your...
And then it's even more than that, you know? It ain't even just, it's not even just a black community problem. This is a universal problem. Like, I think just in general, this is a problem in America. The black community gets displayed more because it you know, it gets more clicks, it gets more eyeballs. You know, things happen in white areas too. School shootings happen, mass shootings happen, but when they start to they find a way to, like, sweep that under. They find a way to sweep those problems that happen in, like, white areas under the rug, and try to make it out to be like, and try to make, like, the people of color, the community, the people of color in their community, in their own community full of, you know, black people, Hispanic people, they put those to the forefront and push the problems of white terrorism on the back burner, the problems of school shootings on the back burner, you know, mass shootings on the back burner, you know, domestic problems within the white areas. They put that on the back burner, you know, and put black people at the forefront, put Hispanic people at the forefront, and say, hey, look, this is happening. Look, black people, look at all of this killing that's going on, you know. I feel like it's a conspiracy sometimes, you know, but, you know, that's for another time. I ain't even gonna speak on that on here, but I gotta give dude credit, that, and just, you know, give him credit, because he said that they should be putting the straps down and putting the fist up, you know. And then even more than that, fighting ain't even, people don't fight fair in the first place, and they learn it from, and he's taking accountability and saying, hey, it's the music. The music is causing a lot of this, but it's not the only thing. Shit, movies, television, movies and television is another half of that. Hollywood will go and make a movie about a guy who's in the mafia and going around shooting and killing people because he's a hitman and getting paid for that. And a child, they don't even got to be a black child. A child can go to the movies and see that movie and think that that's so cool. I want to do that when I grow up. And when he's old enough to purchase a gun or get it illegally in whatever state he's in, he gets it, and he starts off with hunting. He might have you might, and this is primarily, I feel like in the white communities where this happens primarily, they start off with hunting. You might have a mother or father who was really into guns, and they see all the guns in the house at 7 years old, or once they get to like 14, they want to start exploring. What does this thing do? You know what I'm saying? What does this thing do that you keeping me away from? But like I said, it's for another video.
Your daddy, bro. It usually be your environment, but it's your mom and your fucking dad's about how you getting raised, blood. Like, raise your fucking kids right.
I don't think it's drill music at all, I promise you. If we was to take drill music away right now, and it be regular hip hop, it's still gonna be the same type of violence. Everybody want to be a character now for the internet.
On social media, beefing, making threats, making crazy comments, like going on live, it's like, waving the gun in the fucking camera. It's like, it's almost like a competition to see who can push it the furthest and get the most attention. Because, there is a fair amount of clout chasing, and, that is a toxic element.
In that way, do you think that drill is like bad for society?
No, because the thing is, like, the realities of what is being discussed in that music was there before the music was there. The music is just an expression of that. It's just a reaction to that. Like, when you're talking about inner city gun violence, you're talking about poverty, you're talking about poor education systems, you're talking about, like, low access to food, you're talking about low economic opportunities. Those are the kinds of solutions that you would need to apply to that situation.
If you could go back in time, would you make war in Chiraq again?
I've grown. Was it appropriate? Probably wouldn't do that again. I wouldn't do it again just because I think we're dealing with mental illness in Chicago. And when you see people are kids, these people who are doing murders, like Ronald No. 9 was like 17, doing drills and all that type of shit, it's easy to be outraged and also say, damn, how could you guys take a life so easily? But also you got to think about the cycle of mental issues that they're having, the trauma that they're suppressing.
After the success of the War in Chiraq series, Academics' formula was replicated hundreds of times, creating a concentrated YouTube algorithm that turned gang drama into an online mega industry. One of the channels in this algorithm is called No Jumper, which is quite different from the War in Chiraq, but nonetheless features many interviews with gang-related rappers.
Do you even know about gang shit when you first moved to Florida? When did you actually become a 5'5" Crip? You are widely known to be associated with the Hoovers. Some of the dudes who got caught up for this murder are like actual rappers who have videos out with many thousands of views. Again, like you say, a lot of the stories are hypothetical, but in this one, you actually mentioned that a specific rapper from Chicago called a girl 6 times while you were hanging out with her.
Right, it just ran. You see what I'm saying? The shit just become me,
So I went on the podcast and spoke to the host.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be fair, and I'm gonna just say I feel like all of these people that Adam 22 interviews have every right to just like not answer the question or not even go on the platform, but they do. So it's like, whose fault is it if they go on his platform and it's like, whose fault is it if the artist or whoever goes on his platform and starts talking about gang stuff, knowing that he's going to ask about gang stuff, and openly telling him and the audiences who watch No Jumper about gang violence and things that go on within gangs, within organizations, and knowing that he's gonna ask these questions, whose fault is it? If you know that when you get on his show, he's gonna ask you about it, or he asks you beforehand, before the interview even goes ahead, hey, is there anything you don't want me to ask you? And you say no, and then when the camera cut on, then he start asking you about gang stuff. It's like, whose fault is that? Does that fall on him? I don't think that falls on him. I think that falls on the artist. I think artists should be taking accountability. You go on a hip hop media platform and they start asking you about gang politics and or things in that nature type shit, and you start spilling off all the oil, all the tea or whatever, whose fault is that?
Adam22 about the ethics of producing monetized gang content. Do you think drill music is bad for society?
Yeah, definitely.
How come?
Because people are in gangs killing each other and making songs about it and making it sound super cool. And even me as like a 38-year-old fucking white man, I listen to it and I think that it sounds kind of cool, and I struggle with that. But definitely I think it's probably, as much as I like listen to it, it's probably got to be a net negative for society, right? Just the romanticization of violence in general.
Do you think you help make it look cool?
I don't know. I feel like when they're on a beat with a fucking 808 going crazy and they're able to like rhyme and make less sense, that probably is like when it sounds coolest. Because they don't really talk about that in interviews, right? I mean, most of like all the Chicago like gang members or whatever, it's like the amount of like street shit you're going to be able to get them to talk about in an interview is pretty minimal in comparison to the stuff that they're essentially saying in their songs.
It just must be crazy because like you talk to so many people who like have died recently. Like you're like the last person to interview FBG Cash.
Right there. His name's on the wall.
I wonder, does he feel bad?
Do you feel any responsibility for like inflaming like gang beef by having so many gang members use this platform to promote themselves?
No, because I mean, I feel like this is a hip hop platform that long ago has kind of been clear to me that that's more or less the gist of what we're doing, you know? Like there was a long time where I didn't do any street shit, you know. In the beginning it was mostly like SoundCloud type stuff and more like avant-garde, you know, internet shit. We've gone more in that direction, and like a lot of like, it's also the direction rap's gone in. It's tough to get away from the fact that the fans just want what they want. You know, as a content creator, you kind of have to follow the incentives to a certain extent. It's just been taken to the point where the fans like want this shit to be real. They don't want to hear you say, I'll shoot you if you come near me. They want to hear you say, so-and-so from the other side got killed because he fucked with me. Like the fans are really drawn to that kind of immersion, I guess.
Whenever you grew up here, did you guys spend a lot of time in other parts of Chicago? Like, did you ever?
And see, this is where we come back to the Adam22 Joe Budden interview. You know, to a certain degree, as I said, like he has a job to do. He's a hip hop media platform. Those other platforms may not want to ask those questions, those juicy questions. But I mean, there are plenty of platforms out there that want to ask those questions, you know, and don't tread lightly. Just like get direct with it. You hear what I'm saying? So I mean, I feel like if you have to like ask yourself, like, is the No Jumper platform needed in hip hop media? I would say yes. Because, I mean, they do so, I feel like he does so much, like, that platform does so much. I won't say that, like, everything is positive, but there's some positive effect to him and his crew doing those interviews with rappers, because you get to learn something about the lifestyle of a rapper, the lifestyle of somebody who is in gangster rap. I feel like you get to knowing about a lot of things inside and outside of rap, so I think his platform is needed.
Ever go like downtown or to other areas, or were you mostly here?
I spent a lot of years inside this gate.
Have you been to like a Cubs game or anything? No. You guys want to go to the White Sox game with us?
Yeah, we go.
White Sox, go White Sox! Let's fucking White Sox! Go Sox! Yeah! Fuck the Cubs, fuck the Orioles, fuck the Yankees, White Sox. White Sox! 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 Go Cubs! White Sox! White Sox! White Sox! White Sox! White Sox! White Sox! They represent the South Side pride, that blue collar man.
Like the South Side's way better than the North Side.
Never wear condoms unless you have to.
What's the situation in which you'd have to use a condom?
Every time.
Never.
I'm married, so I haven't actually used condoms in 15 years. Raw dog status for Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow only.
Sorry, Boss Top. What do you think about condoms?
When I think about condoms, I got 6 kids right there.
Raw dog all day long. Jack Harlow is not my type.
What makes White Sox fans different from other fans?
Sometimes they wear white socks, but not on a regular basis.
Loyalty.
Why?
Why? Are you guys from Chicago?
No.
No? Exactly.
What do you think your most controversial opinion is?
Like, what do you mean about that?
For example, I believe that aliens have visited the United States of America.
Nice. So do I. I also believe that the Earth is not round. I also believe that the government is hiding out of shit from us. I also believe that the government has taken over our country.
And like, you think the Earth is flat for real?
Huh?
You think the Earth is flat?
He says all these conspiracy theories while eating food he doesn't know has like all types of chemicals in it. But he's a conspiracy theorist. Okay, yeah, I'm sold.
We have ideology, right? We have ideas. So, like, who are we to judge?
White Sox hamburgers, Comiskey dog, right here. We got 2 patties, 2 scoops of cheddar cheese, and we put the pico and the gallo on top. Say it ain't so, Joe. Hamburger, 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 hamburger.
What's your biggest fear in the world?
Hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog.
How do you feel about the rapper Yeet?
He's alright.
Can you name 5 songs?
Turban, mad about that, sorry about that. Money is so big, and what's it called? Shit.
What's your favorite thing about Yeet?
It's the music.
What would you say if Yeet was here right now?
I don't know.
What would you say if you could be digitally connected with Yeet in some form? Come on, Yeet, answer the goddamn phone. God damn it.
This time.
We love Yeet! We made it. We actually made it here, guys. Fucking drink to that. We are like the epitome of sperm. We are sperm at its best.
You're a philosopher.
I consider myself a philosopher, yes. You guys want to hear my whole philosophy?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. You guys watching this? This is my philosophy. You just saw it happen. I didn't know that guy. I could not associate with him of any particle of my own being, but I let him go through because he's a fellow human being, you know. So his agenda, you got to consider that. He wanted to go through. It wasn't like negatively imperative to me, so I let him through. That's what I think we should all do, you know. Try to fucking make it better for everybody, if you can. Different team might be the same team in the long run. We don't know. Might be different teams right now. Could end up being on the same team, but you know, right now he's not on my team because I don't know who the hell he is. But we're both at the Sox game, so I guess we're not on the same team in that sense.
I need y'all for that documentary deal for sure.
For sure.
I'm really push out to him.
I mean, you know what, low key, he really went to the main source. He really went to the main source to find like somebody who was like really there in the beginning of all of like the drill rap wave. Like bro grew up with Keith and Dirk. And like all of them, so like he's the closest. Like that's the closest one right there, bro. Like This video is like really dreaded in like a lot of like sad moments. But yeah, man, that's the end of the reaction. What did y'all think? What should I react to next? I'm out.